Hello ladies and gents, I'm DK86. As you may have already heard, Richard Leadbetter, awesome name by the way, from Digital Foundry was given an exclusive look at the upcoming Xbox One Scorpio, and today he was able to reveal a complete tech analysis of the console. Now I didn't quite know the best way to approach this video. Do I simply regurgitate everything that he's already said? I don't think that's adding any value, to be honest. So instead I'll tell you the gist of what he said, give you my own personal opinion and clarify a few things. This is going to be interesting, so sit back, relax and let's talk about the Scorpio. When it was announced a few days ago that Digital Foundry will be revealing the Scorpio, I was a little surprised. If you don't already know, Digital Foundry are awesome at the tech reviews and analysis. They go really in depth and haven't really been very pro Xbox. This led me to believe that Microsoft is either really stupid for doing this or they're very confident. Turns out they were super confident, and with good reason, because the Xbox One Scorpio is a freaking beast. Not only have they delivered on their promise of a 6 teraflop console, but they have surpassed their promises in many ways. This is going to be the most powerful console on the market by far, and the way they've achieved it is nothing short of genius. With the Scorpio engine, aka the 16nm FinFET 7 billion transistor system on a chip, which contains all of the core hardware including the CPU and GPU, they have really worked some witchcraft and wizardry. They didn't go the route of grabbing off-the-shelf hardware, but instead heavily customized their architecture in ways that nobody could have predicted. Using Richard Leadbetter's own words, this is unprecedented and has enabled Microsoft to unshackle themselves from constraints seen on the Xbox One and PS4 hardware. Using 40 compute units with a very high core clock has given the Xbox One Scorpio a 43% compute advantage over the PlayStation 4 Pro. They haven't just supercharged the Scorpio engine, but they have also upped their RAM game as well, boasting 12GB of GDDR5 memory compared to 8GB of DDR3 on the original Xbox One and 8GB of GDDR5 on the PlayStation 4 Pro. This has enabled the Scorpio to have 8GB available for games, reserving 4GB for the system itself to output the dashboard in native 4K. That's 8GB of RAM just for gaming, compared to the PS4 Pro's 5GB. Speaking of 4K, many people were skeptical of the Scorpio being able to produce a true native 4K image at 60 frames per second at 6 teraflops. However, Microsoft has achieved this by doing something pretty damn amazing. Firstly, they have customized around 60 key areas of the GPU to eliminate bottlenecks, introduced superfast GDDR5 RAM with a huge bandwidth of 326GB per second, and most importantly, they have implemented DirectX 12 at the hardware level into the GPU command processor. This, in my opinion, really is one of the most important alterations, enabling the Scorpio to drop CPU rendering workloads by half on DirectX 12 games. That is a huge achievement. On top of that, every single Xbox One Scorpio motherboard is balanced with its own specific processor, because as you may know already, when processors are made they each have their own characteristics due to each piece of silicon being slightly different. Again, this is just another example of Microsoft going above and beyond to truly refine and optimize the system as much as possible. If you're using the Scorpio on a 1080p screen, again you'll have plenty of advantages, as games will super sample down from 4K to 1080p, giving you a superior image, and you'll still be taking advantage of the hardware, giving a much better performing game. So far I've been quite technical in this video, and honestly there's so much more I could say, but I really think that if you're interested in learning more about the technical side, then check out the link to the Digital Foundry video in the description. I seriously recommend that you watch it. I'll also throw in other relevant links for you to read in way more detail, because I really just want to give my opinion on all this. So the Xbox One has delivered on its promise of true native 4K gaming using hardware performance at 6 teraflops. This, in my opinion, is amazing news. Not only will we be able to play current Xbox One games at 4K, but the Scorpio will also continue to support backwards compatible 360 games, and it'll even give people playing at 1080p a much better experience all round. If you ask me, the hardware level implementation of DirectX 12 is a game changer, pun intended. The system architecture as a whole is so beautifully engineered, it really reminds me of the Xbox 360 launch, where it was a year ahead of anything else on the market, including PCs. Not that the Scorpio is ahead of PCs, but it's definitely a big leap in the right direction. Some people have been saying, oh my god, 6 teraflops is not enough for true 4K gaming, but I kind of think they're missing the point. As similar as the Scorpio is to a PC, remember it's not a PC. This is a system which has been designed from the ground up for gaming. And remember that hardware implementation of DirectX 12? Well, I believe that's one of the reasons why true native 4K gaming is actually possible at 6 teraflops. It's not just about the number of teraflops a system has, it's also about how efficient it is and how it gets more performance out of the compute power that it has. Being a gamer who has bought every single Xbox on launch day, this will also be a day one purchase for me. Not just because it's an epic upgrade, but because it will also support 4K Blu-ray playback, my whole existing library of Xbox One games but at a much better resolution and frame rate, backwards compatible 360 games, and Dolby Atmos. By the way, Dolby Atmos is also coming to the Xbox One and Xbox One S, so hooray for everybody. This, my fellow gamers, really is the Xbox One Scorpio we all wanted. I think Microsoft has nailed it with this one. Also, don't be discouraged by the news of a new Xbox. Every game made for the Scorpio will also be released on the Xbox One and Xbox One S, so you won't be missing out on any exclusives. So with the Scorpio being such a beefy upgrade, how much will it cost? I know there's rumours floating around right now saying it will be $700. I personally don't believe that. Yes, I know the legend, which is Phil Spencer, has said it will be a premium price because it's a premium console, but again, I don't think they'll be stupid enough to price everybody out of buying it. My prediction is a maximum of $499, anything above that is them just being risky, and anything below that is a bonus to all of us. We still don't know what the console itself will look like, but judging by the layout of the internals, I think it will be quite small, and more of a square. It also has a state-of-the-art vapor chamber design for cooling, which is insanely great to see instead of a huge vent and fan. We'll have to wait for E3 I guess to see what the exterior looks like and to get a price point. Till then, everything that's not been confirmed by Digital Foundry or Microsoft is a rumour and should be treated as such. Fanboys of competing consoles can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, as gamers, we should be able to appreciate advantages in technologies which enable us to enjoy games more. I'm not saying that the PS4 Pro sucks, I'm not saying it's not worth buying. If it has the games you wish to play, then of course go and buy it. The comments in the Digital Foundry video are seriously a damn mess if you ask me, with so much misinformation and trolling. Seriously, these are simply machines that are made to entertain us, so let's all stop being so damn serious and aggressive and just enjoy the fact that the industry we all know and love is actually growing and becoming better for everyone. And with that, if you have any questions or thoughts, post them down in the comments. Like, subscribe and share if you care. I am DK86.